The Mandalorian returns to TV screens in March, and Disney has released a new trailer to celebrate. It's not just your run-of-the-mill teaser either. There's some important details hiding in plain sight. It may not have been that long since Din Djarin and his little green ward Grogu last graced our screens, but time certainly moves differently when you're a Star Wars fan. After what's felt like months of teasing and speculation, Lucasfilm has dropped the full-length trailer for the new season, along with its official release date. Though fans will have to wait just a little bit longer for the premiere, there's plenty in the new trailer to speculate about until that fateful day arrives. When we last saw Din Djarin, the bounty hunter had effectively been stripped of his Mandalorian title for daring to remove his helmet a bunch of times. After winning the Darksaber in the second season of The Mandalorian and reuniting with Grogu in the Book of Boba Fett, Din is setting off to redeem himself. Not only will he be making a pilgrimage to Mandalore this season, but he seems to be forming a larger clan than just himself and Grogu. Din has been busy since the events of Book of Boba Fett, and he seems to be testing out the responsibility of leadership, at least on a smaller scale. Taking on a group of foundlings could be just one of the ways that Din plans to atone for all his Mandalorian sins.
Our people are scattered, like stars in the galaxy.
As Din waxes poetic about the true responsibility of his creed, the trailer features him traveling across the galaxy, reuniting with old allies like Greef Karga and even the Armorer. He tells the latter of his plan to head to Mandalore,
so that I may be forgiven for my transgressions.
While The Mandalorian is going to feature a whole lot of Mandalore in its third season, the series will also be returning to what is likely Coruscant. The trailer teases the return of Dr. Pershing, a member of the Imperial Remnant that experimented on Grogu way back in Season 1. What he's doing on this city planet is anyone's guess, but it's clear that the Empire is trying hard to rise again. New Republic Captain Carson Teva also pops up to deliver a warning.
There's something dangerous happening out there, and by the time it becomes big enough for you to act, it'll be too late.
Paired with another flashback to Grogu's rescue in the Jedi Temple during Order 66, and Din recovering the helmet of a fallen Mandalorian, things are looking a bit bleak for the heroes. With Din's personal quest underway, it's likely he won't have time to combat the threat that the remains of the Empire pose to the New Republic. Fortunately, it seems like a familiar group of Mandalorians is returning in full force. Fans of Star Wars: The Clone Wars are in for a treat with the return of the Death Watch, the terrorist group that Bo-Katan briefly led during the fall of the Republic. This time around, Death Watch seems to be sticking up for the little guys, namely a group of Anzellans hiding from a band of pirates. What's more, Paz Vizsla seems to be following in his family's footsteps and fighting with them instead of the Children of the Watch. The last time Paz popped up, he was gunning for the Darksaber, a weapon that he believed was his birthright. Though he lost his duel with Din in the Book of Boba Fett, he's probably not going to give up his ancestral claim so easily. With the Death Watch on his side, things are probably going to get even more complicated for Din. Grogu lovers may be a bit sad to hear that there isn't a whole lot of the little guy in the new trailer. He and Din do share a few heartwarming moments as they zoom across the galaxy in Din's souped-up starfighter, but with Din's new responsibilities as a potential leader of Mandalore, Grogu's going to have to fend for himself a bit more. Those who skipped the Book of Boba Fett will have missed Grogu's training under the tutelage of Luke Skywalker, and though he didn't stick around long enough to learn all of the Jedi basics, it seems that he's picked up enough skill to defend himself with the Force. The Mandalorian trailer ends with Grogu trekking through a cave alone in his floating crib, only to be stopped by an axe-wielding warrior. Unsurprisingly, he's no match for Grogu, who uses the Force to throw him back with ease. Hopefully this is but a taste of Grogu's newly unlocked power, and this new season will prove just how powerful he and Din can become, together and apart. The third season of The Mandalorian premieres on March 1st on Disney+.